What are they doing? What are they doing? I'm thinking they might go ahead and get started organizing themselves and looking at the charges. I'm going to talk to them and see what they think. Just stay put. If I could have everyone's attention, I'd like to get the jury doing something since they have a short day. Does anyone have a problem with Mr. Sharon telling them that they can start organizing themselves in terms of selecting a foreperson and perhaps reviewing the charges if they would like to do so while the evidence is being prepared to bring to them? Is there a problem with that from the state's position?
No, Judge.
What about the defendant's perspective?
If it's just specifically those administrative duties that functions that he's telling them about, we're okay with that. That's all the communication is.
That's all I want Mr. Sharon to do is tell them, go ahead and select a foreperson, and they can go ahead and review the jury charges if they would like to do so. Is that okay with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, please.
Because right now, I think they're just sitting around doing nothing. And I hate that for them.
Hey, Brian, the gap that's in here from 522 to 526, you know, you're aware of that?
Now, I'm checking with the public on drive.
Take a look, 523, 24, and 25. 523, 524, 525.
So 23 is a business records regulation, 24 is a business records regulation, 25 is a business.
Lieutenant. Well, just past 95 on the left. I think that's Super 8. Oh, I know where it is. I was just telling you for your epicurean pleasure. I think she wants to know something. So you could drop me off, and then were you going to go back to the island? It's the end of the line. Well, we're going to go somewhere up on Gloucester and get lunch. You can drop me. You can drop me off and give me back that and then take me back.
care about what business record certifications are not business. I don't care.
Being tired is not a reason to respond. Just being tired is not a good reason to respond.
Good point. I'll just wait for my flag.
I hear fatigue.
As well as 318, 322, and all CDs. Should be 370. All the electronic. Looking back at the 320.
Swirl around like a, I'm not like a maze, but like, dang. Who in the heck wants to stand out there in that? It wasn't really hot sun, but it was, you know, the elderly people. Yeah, to make sure nobody's going around. Yeah. I thought they had said it was a better system. Well, people were afraid to vote online. They were afraid of hackers. Yeah. It got to be, I don't know, early voting probably the best thing to do. That's a lot. That is a lot. I remember a couple times I stood at the back of the line and the voting. Mad and yelling, come on, man. Let's get out. Do it. I'm sorry. I just get on the work.
You got equal to your turn now?
I said, if I let you in line, somebody is gonna tell me that I did wrong. So I have to go do that. That's right.
Sure to
So I gotta do what's wrong. I'm sorry.
Alright, so that should carry us through quite a while, all the way to 366.
I just hope you don't hear about like, a couple years ago, they said, one of the mailmen never delivered the mail, it's a whole bunch of mail in his mail. What was that?
Morning, Mr. Reynolds.
Morning, Your Honor.
Elm Drive. Take back over 368. 369, 380. So you should have 367,
But it don't stop there, you know. It don't stop there. I had one last time that was, he came in the middle of the road, so laid on the ground, so it was. the DA, see? Yeah. I was telling them that they got a real street down there, so I really got all we can do is ask, right? That's what we can do. Or you can leave it somewhere. Yes, immediately move this out of the way. I know. It was nice, no thanks. That ain't gonna work.
Pick up at the photo.
There were three, it's tab, there were three missing in the middle. Carlos checked them and they were all certificates. I think one may have been AT&T. Two business record certifications.
You doing good?
the camera.
That's the only one that's current. Yeah, that's the only one. Is that that's the only one. I thought about my brother's still over there in that close to well, it's the airport area, but it's that area called right above college, not college park, but the one that you said where it's called Union something. Yeah, somewhere in that area you say. Area, is it off Highway 85? Is that right? 85? Stay up in that area. I was just up there 2 months ago. Fair enough. I'm trying to think of that little digital area you took me to. Start with a C. But it's a big old home strip with a bunch of restaurants. Businesses to it. So I could tell you, but there's 1,000 places now, right? I'm trying to think of the name of it right now. Right, it's not. Right, that's correct. But his wife took us down to, I guess like a tour guide. She's a tour guide to it. That's pretty cool, that little bus y'all got there.
All right.
Yeah, that was probably maybe
Ready?
on that. Yeah, it was nice. Air conditioning.
Let's come in
nice.
for it.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. That was pretty cool. That's good.
All right. Yeah. The person that needs to come to order is Deputy Wu.
I know. That's why you look at me, Judge.
All right. We'll be serious. All right. Has the state had an opportunity to review the evidence with the clerk?
We have, Judge.
Has the defense?
We have, Your Honor.
Is the evidence ready to go to the jury in the state's opinion?
Yes, Judge, and the defense, we disagree on a few documents. I think the defense is going to proffer what they think should go out.
All right. Are you going to do that, Mr. Lumpkin?
Your Honor, we're going to discuss some items that we by law certainly should be going out with the jury. Those are Defense Exhibit number 3, which is the report of Officer Gallimore that originally had been objected to and then ultimately ruled admissible.
Let's take them one at a time. Are you
So-
proposing it go with the jury, or are you
We are,
objecting
Your
to
Honor.
it? Okay.
Your Honor, this is original documentary evidence that was put in by the defense. It is not a continuing witness issue because it is not evidence which is simply written testimony, capturing oral testimony, and the continuing witness rule, of course, is set out so that we don't simply have written memorializations of what is oral testimony that the jury can then give a higher basis to. And this particular document was fit in to show the false testimony of Officer Gallimore, and I think because the issue had on the very front end is whether or not it was even admissible as a hearsay exception or not, we'll finally resolve that. And for that purpose, this is actual documentary evidence of not what he testified to, so it would not be a continuing witness.
What's this state?
The state believes that that is a false interpretation of the law. Sims versus the state, which is citing Broadnex Woodland versus state, holds that, and under the continuing witness rule, the narrative portion of the police report could not have gone out with the jury during deliberations. It's clear that a narrative portion of a police report does not go out with the jury. In that case specifically, it was an ineffective claim where the witness was impeached with a police report, and they held that the police report, which was a narrative of facts like that, do not go out with the jury. So that's the state's position.
I did not catch the date of that case.
That's 2012 case. 317 Georgia Appeals 420. That's August 14th, 2012.
And I believe it predates our new rules of evidence, which is where this comes in, allows it to come in. I'll cite to the court Davis versus the state, 285 Georgia 353, which sets out the rule regarding that, as well as Turner versus the state, 331 Georgia Appeals 78, 2015 case, as well as one I have in hand, Sherrill versus state, which is a Court of Appeals case from 2012, setting out what the rule is regarding continuing witness. This is, again, this was not as what it sounds like the case escaped. They decided as to a witness being impeached by another person's report. Sherrill versus state, which is a Court of Appeals case from 2012, setting out what the rule is regarding continuing witness. This is, again, this was not as what it sounds like the case escaped. They decided as to a witness being impeached by another person's report. This is actually documentary evidence that was used to show the falsity of the testimony of the officer actually on the stand.
I'm allowed over objection.
Thank you.
Next item.
Next item, next two are 29 and 30. These are the high-tech crime submission forms. Similarly, these are original documentary evidence to show exactly what was not clearly testified to by Officer Yeager as to what he was doing, what he was supposed to be doing, and searching through these items, we put them in to show exactly what the directions were. And so, again, it was used to impeach the actual testimony of the witness on the stand, and it goes to show that very purpose.
Stephen, what is your argument?
The same argument, Judge. So we were just told that the narrative portion of that should be redacted, is what we'd argued, the same thing as we argued about in the police report.
Well, I think they both should be redacted except for the items that are at issue. But I don't know that you would want to do that because
And
it
Judge,
calls well, whatever, you know,
I think the police
calls
report,
attention to it,
I
rather.
think the police report, there's no point trying to redact that out. I'm just thinking with this, the evidence submission form should go out, but I think the narrative portions should be redacted.
I'm not sure there are any narrative portions.
They're right there.
Well, it's not a narrative, that's directions.
It's a narrative of what the facts would be.
Let me see.
Page 30, the middle box where it says briefly describe. I believe that's the portion the state has objected to. That's the very reason why we put that document in evidence, because the witness had testified. That's right. That impeached his testimony because it indicated that he had been looking for something else and was not aware of that. And we showed that was in fact the form he had that told him what to be looking for.
All right, I'm allowed over objection. What else?
Last one is Defense 34, which is similar to what the original issue was. This is, again, a police report. This is of Detective Colson. You may recall we had multiple questions back and forth about what she did and did not do, and she continued to disagree with what the question was being asked in this report. Somebody shows out to impeach exactly what she had claimed she saw and did, and we would have it go in for that same purpose.
The state has no objection to that one. I think it actually clears up what they were trying to get out through her.
All right.
For you.
That's, everything is ready to go to the jury per the state's review
Yes, Judge.
and per the defendant's review with the rulings of the court.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right.
34, I believe.
Can you help me? All right. Take the deputies are here. Take the evidence to the jury room. Tell them they can proceed to deliberate.
Yeah, kind of hand it over here. Okay.
Just wait. Is it
For the
anything
record.
that affects this?
I'm sorry.
Is it anything that affects them?
It won't affect them taking it, no ma'am.
Let's wait till they've done it.
Sure.
They need to get started.
Sounds great.
I want them to get started.
Joe, you got that? Okay.
Cindy, one.
Yeah, that's fine, that's the way to do it.
Oh.
All right,
When
you
there were
got it.
fires and there would be
You got the heavy
days. That really dates me a lot.
Slide on top. There you go. Put another side over there. Another side over there. Short person.
But this is going to come out, that's good,
Sorry.
of course.
It is. Ryan, is that the last? And this is the last.
At the end?
Yeah, you had them separately, so.
One more.
Yeah, well, okay.
Brian, do you have items you would come back?
Is that all the evidence? I think that's it.
Brian, is that all the evidence? Yes, the clerk says it is, so they can start to proceed. Oh, verdict form. Do they have the verdict form?
They did, Judge.
Yeah. I gave them, each of them has a copy of the charge.
Okay, great.
Where was the verdict form? Was it attached to? Oh, okay, so it was attached to.
If one is missing, I have an extra one right here.
Somebody checked.
Well, not, I mean, I don't think there's an emergency for that.
I agree.
I could be wrong. I believe that I heard Mr. Monken say he wanted to bring something up. What would that be, sir?
For the record, we had several items which were business certifications that were attached to digital disk or thumb drives. We have removed the disk from those certificates, sent the certificates back, and we just put numbers, the same exhibit numbers on the other items, so they can be put back together at the end of the day. So just wanted that to be clear for the record.
That's good.
Also, State 603, this was the Google chat where there had been a redaction necessary to only capture the one particular item that the court had indicated was proper, and that has also been done. We have the original, I guess, white paper over to show what we copied over for the record as well. And as far as electronics, we tried to remove all the disks and the thumb drives. There, I believe the State's 226 is an iPhone. I believe that would be an electronic device that should not be back. I thought we had pulled that, but it does not appear as though that's the case. I believe we pulled the scan hard drives. And I know at one point I had pulled the hard drive that was recovered in evidence from Mr. Harris. I don't think it'd be proper for any of those electronic devices to be going out to the jury. So if in fact that is the case, then we need to get that back.
You already said it was okay.
But I thought it was, and when I looked at the box, Judge, I don't see it. we had pulled it out earlier, but
Judge, I think the phone goes out with the jury. Absolutely. I mean, if we're sending police reports back there, there's no doubt that the phone should go back.
Phone can go back.
we'd ask that the battery be removed or something so they don't activate it and affect that evidence, because they could totally change what's on that phone if they were to turn it on. Yeah, the state gave us a list of things that they were going to pull, and that's what we understood that to be one of those items. There's a question mark by it, but that certainly was our agreement that it be pulled, so.
Well, then walk over there and talk to them and see wherein lies the problem with communication.
Question mark by it.
Right. Well, you had a question, and I presume the question was, do we think it should be pulled, and we thought it should not.
You thought it should not be pulled?
Because they found it on, they can connect it and everything, will all of a sudden be,
As long as they don't take it, you don't put it on airplane mode.
That's my concern. I think you just take the battery out of the line.
Can't take the battery out of an iPhone.
No. I wouldn't know.
You don't have an iPhone?
I do not have an iPhone. I'm not rich enough for one of those, Your Honor.
Oh, I don't know. I've been writing the checks.
Put it on.
I can assure you that has not provided the food for the table of my family in and of itself. I do appreciate you writing the check.
I appreciate y'all's hard work.
Thank you very much.
Okay, do you all have a disagreement or an agreement?
It appears that we have a disagreement.
Okay, well, you said, you talk some more, Mr. Lumpkin. We'll work it out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, we won't work it out. I'll decide.
Absolutely.
But that's appropriate. You talked.
Thank you. Date's 2/26. The iPhone, because of the nature of that device, that's tantamount to what the court has said for years. We can't send VCRs with videotapes to be watched. We can't send CD players so that CDs can be watched. You can't on and be looked at and viewed and make over things that are not at all in evidence. But even more concerning is there's a possibility the way that technology works, they could have that connect to the Wi-Fi, and all of a sudden information come into that phone that's now will never have that evidence back in the state that it was in, at least at the point of trial. So I just think that's a danger that should be made aware. Of course, there's other videos or pictures or things that may be in there that weren't in evidence. We have a lot. I think we have all the relevant portions in evidence from screenshots. But to allow all that to be gone into would be putting things in front of the jury that are not in evidence.
Judge, we may have a solution. Maybe we can just send a note, take the phone back, and tell them if they wish to examine the phone and look at the phone, they need to do it in the courtroom.
I think that's fair. That's what we would do with the videotape. If they want to watch it, they do it in the courtroom. That's a good
Well,
solution.
all right, so I'm supposed to write a note? It's fine.
Or we could simply ask bailiff to get states 226.
And I think since they've had it back there, I think we do need something to go back and say if they wish to look at it, they need to do it in the courtroom.
That's real.
But I don't have a problem with the bailiff just going back there and giving it to you.
Well, I'm going to write the note, okay. As to, what's the exhibit number?
226.
226, Your Honor.
If you wish to review, observe what? Where do you want? Observe?
That's fine. View, observe, anyone.
Which one do you want? View?
View.
You want to view this item. Please advise the court. Does that work?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone agree?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see, 11:08. Deputy.
Just in a particular box that I
Ryan, you can go back there and help.
And you know, envelope.
No one has a problem with the clerk assisting in the jury room with that, do you?
No, Judge. I mean, as long as there's no discussion about it or.
He is the soul of discretion. He's got everybody in this courtroom beat on that.
That is very true.
True statement.
True statement.
Anything else for the state,
No, Judge.
for the defense?
No, ma'am.
Ryan's got all y'all cell phones, correct?
If not, we'll give them to it. We'll refresh that.
Y'all need to be within 10 minutes of a call. So I do intend to take a little longer lunch, like from 12:15 to 1:30. Y'all can count on that.
My understanding was they were being released at noon to go vote.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. Well, that's even better.
We'd like a little longer lunch.
I'd rather they were working. Okay,
Understood.
let's wait till the clerk gets back, and we'll perfect our record, and then I'll excuse you all. Be within 10 minutes. And you might be surprised if y'all go up Newcastle. There are other places that are closer to the courthouse. You just haven't gotten there yet or explored properly. Why don't you come and review and make sure it's the proper item? All right, has the proper item been retrieved per the
Yes.
state?
Yes, Judge.
Per the defense?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Any other concerns, issues, et cetera, for the state?
No, Your Honor.
For the defense?
No, ma'am.
We stand in recess.
Thank you.
Be sure that Mr. Phillips knows how to get you.
Have they got your cell phones already? Or
We just get messaged with them all. I mean, we're just upstairs. Very good.
yes, it's in the two. Okay. Sure. You don't necessarily have to call them in that order. Call Maddox first. We probably will. He's a judge. Okay. Last time we had a change.
I'm heartbroken. That was where I wanted to go before I got out of here. We started having Mrs. lunches and we all got
Yeah, it's, well, like I told him, it's 264-1146. That's the phone number.
Phone number, it's memorized.
Yes,
Dad, your daddy.
I am.
Got your Cushner's number down there.
I do. I got Hungry Hound phone number on my head, 265-8108.
Let's see if Rob will go, we will sometime. Why do I think no?
The only thing I don't like, which I tell them a lot of times, is don't put a lot of salt on my ass. They put too much salt.
Would hope none.
They have to tell them that. That's a normal thing, salt and pepper. Why do you have to tell them? It's hot.
Weenie Hut.
Yeah, it's a weenie hut.
It's hot dogs.
But they specialize in pork chops.
Do you eat that? Are they fried?
No, it's grilled. I actually have a grilled. That's all the different spices they put in it. Looks good.
What do they put on, hot dog bun?
It's kind of like a hoagie type.
They roll it up or chop it up?
They chop it up.
And then what goes into it?
They're special mustard they have, and they have these nice cooked grilled onions. I think that's their number one hit on all their food is their onions.
Onions are hard to eat. Are they Vidalias?
I think so. They're sweet and nice, and they taste good, and real grilled. Don't you want to
I will eat the onions. I'll pass on the hoagie roll, and my eyebrow went up at the
What about the mustard they put on it?
I'm a mustard fan.
Yeah, you like that mustard?
I can make a really good pork
Do
chop.
you eat meat? I mean, they have a nice steak.
I'll eat, no, well, I eat it, I don't eat much meat, but I'll eat anything. But I'm not eating steak unless it's perfect. My husband cooked it, so no, right now I'm not eating steak.
So it's going to definitely be either the hot dog. I think a lot of people are saying that hot dog buns, they change their buns a little bit in the actual meat.
I don't mind a hot dog twice a year when you go to the movies.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and call 264-1146.
What do you do, put your order in so that, put your order in advance?
Well, when I work court, I mean, you have to call because that line is like election line right now. So like, in no time, it's always packed.
Well, would the badge get me to the front of the line? Then what good is it?
Those customers gonna be like, "Who are you?"
That's where I will be when you need me.
Yeah, well, if I got Keith with me, they'll let us in front of the line, they'll look at that gun and.
It's a wonderful place for business folks and hard-working Americans to be there to conversate at lunchtime. It's a nice
The
place.
secretaries go there?
Oh yeah, definitely,
Well, I'm gonna get them to go to lunch with me tomorrow, maybe we'll go.
definitely.
Let me go see if they'll do it, or if they're gonna look at me like I'm.
The guy with that sweet tea is kind of strong.